Hello, everyone, and welcome back into the fantasy football universe. This is Aaron St. Denis at FFMadScientist on Twitter, joined today by Jeremy Shulman at FF_Rebel. We are back with another 2024 rookie sneak peek. Today, it's Virginia wide receiver Malik Washington. If you want the full write-up, this one is one of yours, Jeremy. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Head over to fantasyfootballuniverse.com to check out Washington's write-up or the other 130-something prospects we have. It's pretty damn deep. Or check back daily for the next player in our series. Let's get right into it. A 3-star recruit out of Lawrenceville, Georgia at Parkview High School, Washington played multiple positions and was highly productive on both sides of the ball. I noticed as we've gotten outside basically our top, I want to say 100 overall, but not necessarily all offensive players, top 100 prospects, there's a lot of guys who play both sides of the ball because you do whatever you can to get on the field. But so he's both sides of the ball, recruited as a wide receiver, decided to attend Northwestern University. As a Wildcat, Washington, see, this is really tripping me up, flopping back and forth, because I keep thinking that he's playing at Washington. I'm going to struggle with this one. I'm going to struggle. As a Wildcat, he didn't contribute much until his junior year. During the 2021 season, he caught 44 passes for 578 yards and 2 TDs. As a senior, he's seen even more work, finishing with 65 catches for 694 yards and 1 score. After his senior season, Washington transferred to the University of Virginia and broke out in a big way. While pursuing his graduate degree in higher education, Washington was also dominating on the field. He crushed ACC competition, earning first-team All-ACC honors and being named a semifinalist for the Biletnikoff Award given to college football's best wide receiver. The former high school track star recorded 110 receptions, 1,426 yards, and 9 touchdowns in his one and only season at Virginia, solidifying himself as an NFL-caliber receiver in the process. That is an impressive stat line at Virginia. What stood out to you on Washington?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's the graduate level student breakout, which you don't love to hear. But, since we have COVID thrown in there, everything's a little wonky, and these guys are a bit older than we expect. But really from the tape, what stood out is his athleticism. I mean, he's got plenty of burst. He's got plenty of speed. He plays all over the field. And at the combine, he had would you like to guess his vertical at the combine? It was good.
No, you go ahead. There's no way I'm going to guess it to go.
42.5 inches.
And this is why I didn't guess, because my guess would have been way lower.
He's 5'8".
I would have done 32.5, so I was way off, but okay, lovely. I'm not going to lie. After the combine, we had a little bit of attention to detail issues here, so it's going to pain me to say this, but this one was very well written. I got to say, you did good work here, and that pains me from the bottom of my heart to compliment you like that. I just want you to know that it really, I took a second to have to choke that one down, but that one was very well written.
As you mentioned, the pain comment is it touches me the most. So
yeah. 5'8", 3rd percentile, 191 pounds, 24th percentile. And to put that into context, how scary that is, he's pretty much the same height and weight as me.
Aaron, guess who beat him in the vertical jump this at the combine this year?
Who beat him? I would imagine a lot of people beat him in the vert.
No one. 42.5, number 1. The only person he tied with is Jalen Coker. Ricky Pearsall was 0.5, half an inch lower. The best vert at the combine, 5'8". He's a monster.
Was he jumping off of a step ladder? Or did he have a hoverboard? You have that hoverboard Marty McFly had? How was he getting up? So, if I did a vert, what? I don't know if he's my height and weight. How did he do that? I can barely get up to dunk on my kid's basketball net. Oh my God, that's impressive.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into his scouting report. I wasn't all that hopeful for him. He was pretty buried down my list here, but you're winning me over on him. Strengths: runs with power, often lowering his head to gain extra yards. Great hands and excellent concentration on contested catches. Insane explosiveness and leaping ability, as we just spoke about. Good long speed, slippery in the open field, and utilized well in the screen game. What was his biggest strength?
Yeah, he's all over the place, man. I mean, it's that burst, right? You just see it, especially in the screen game when he grabs it and turns upfield. He's got some nice loose hips, and that helps him kind of transition in and out of his breaks and routes. Helps him get around a couple of different guys. You know, we talked the other day about I forget who we were discussing. I think it was Michael Wiley, running back, Arizona, I believe, who
Yep.
was able to make the first guy miss, but then didn't have much wiggle after that. This guy is just all wiggle all the time. A lot of people love to comp him, at least in college. They like to comp him to Debo. You know, we see that comp a lot, so I don't love it. I'm not going to sit here and say he's Tank Dell 2.0 because
I don't say it.
he's his own. I won't. He's his own. I already did. He's his own guy, right? And I really like the ability for him to come in and just be an athletic weapon to be utilized all over the field.
You had to say it. You had one rule. You had one job. Don't say Tank Dell. All right. His weaknesses, size is a concern because he's Tank Dell, especially if being asked to block. For the love of God, if you're an NFL coach and you're asking him to block, you should be fired. This is brutal. Play style may be too reckless for his frame. It's not reassuring. Profiles as a slot receiver due to his size, although his skill set can play all over the field. What was your biggest concern here? It's obviously his size.
Yeah, it's obviously a size, right? Like we know other receivers like Nathaniel Dell have some difficulty with their size in the NFL. But here, the bigger concern that I have is, you know, he's comped to Debo because like a Malachi Corley, it's not necessarily that he's as skilled as Debo Samuel. It's just that play style, that hard nosed, looking to initiate contact, always fighting for extra yards. And, you know, Debo Samuel, I'm not going to look it up, but that is a man right there. If you look at him, right, this is not what we're talking about with the 5'8", 191.
Yeah, Debo's a big boy.
Yeah.
Debo's a big dude. Oh, good God. Good Lord. All right. Let's see where you got him going. Late fourth, early fifth to the Chargers. That's impressive. I think I have him going fifth round to my landing spot was the Panthers just because there's nothing there. So I think that's a spot where you can really show out and win a spot from day one. What do you think here about round 4 or 5 to the Chargers?
Yeah, well, Panthers also make a lot of sense based on how I was looking at this fit. The Chargers, we're assuming Austin Eckler is gone. That's almost a certainty. We're assuming Gerald Everett is gone. That's almost a certainty. So if you're taking out a pass catching running back,
how about Williams? Sorry to interrupt. How about Williams and Allen? You assuming either of them or one of them's gone?
I'm assuming Williams is, but I don't think that necessarily is reflective in the skill set, right? We're talking about guys who are operating in the short to intermediate areas of the field. And not necessarily along the boundary, although I think Malik Washington can do that in his skill set outside of his size concerns. But yeah, he profiles as a slot guy. He's going to run a lot of screens. He has the potential to do some bubbles. He can take it on an end around or reverse. He can, run those slants over the middle for you. So he's almost like Elijah Moore, Rashad Bateman kind of type, what you hope those guys would become. And it's kind of what you hope for Washington. So in this case, we know we have Keenan Allen at this stage in his career coming out of the slot, but he can operate a bit more downfield. We know we have Palmer on the outside, and we know Herbert likes to throw it. So, if they don't necessarily bring in a top-end tight end, if they don't bring in a top-end receiving back, someone like Washington can fill that role.
Yeah, I don't mind that one. Like I said, for me, it was the Panthers. It's just a spot where he's going to get opportunity. I didn't mind Pittsburgh, although he kind of profiles as the same skill set as Calvin Austin. So I don't know that they necessarily need to do that. It's interesting to see his value spike here. Yeah. Good Lord. You go from nowhere in the 500s to now he's a top 150. So he was pretty good at the combine. That's saying something. When did this spike happen? So he spiked a little bit before the combine. He spiked at the end of the year. So it's not all combine related, but he's definitely a decent late round sleeper. As far as super flex rookie mocks, I don't think I've seen him go in any of our 3-rounders. Where are you comfortable taking him? 5th round? He's your last rounder?
Yeah, I mean, you could take a shot at the end of the 4th, I think, if he lasts that long. Some people in the know are high on him. Doesn't mean that they should be, but some people are. I like him a lot. I don't know when the date is on that spike, but against NC State, he went 10 for 170 and 2 touchdowns.
What was the date? What was the date on that game?
NC State was the 22nd of September.
The spike was December 6th.
No, that was after the season, but he did finish against Virginia. So Virginia Tech game at the end of the season, 14 catches and 115 yards. He was, like I said, he was a semifinalist for the Bolitnikoff Award, right? He put up 1,400 yards and was just kind of always the number one target. I mean, his lowest after week 2, the lowest amount of receptions he had was 7. So he started with 5 and 4, then 9, 10, 9, 7, 12, 12, 12, 11. So he was just dominating there, against ACC competition.
I believe his spike date, off the top of my head, corresponds with him being named a Bolitnikoff finalist and declaring for the NFL draft.
Maybe.
That's why you see him go from 550 to 100 or 150. So that's probably why. All right. If you want to see his full write-up, head over to fantasyfootballuniverse.com for Washington or any of the other prospects, or check back tomorrow for the next player in our Rookie Sneak Peek series. For Aaron and Jeremy, thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow.
Thank you.